All right, so if you want to know how I get cheap houses, I get deals under $5,000. I do, and it happened today. Didn't anticipate it, but it did. So here's how it happened today. Like this video, subscribe, comment down below. Love to hear what you have to say. I bought a house today, so I'll be honest with you. I didn't think this was going to happen today. I sat down to start making a video this morning, the video you're going to see here in a second, about how to find cheap deals. So if you want to know how to find cheap deals, that's what this video is all about. However, I didn't expect that I was actually going to close one today. So turned out to be better than I expected. But if you want to know how I find cheap deals, and by cheap I mean homes under $5,000, they still need work, they need extensive work, but when I'm talking about cash flowing properties, I'm talking about things that I get under $5,000. This video is exactly how to do it, and I actually did it today. Check it out. So it's pretty nasty out, which means it's a great day to be in the office and look for some deals. How do you get cheap off-market deals? That's everybody's question, right? So like, how do you find, source, and actually get cheap deals? And something I think that the people selling you wholesaling courses don't want to admit is that there's plenty of deals on the MLS, just not at the prices they're on the MLS for. So especially in small towns, rural areas, you can get stuff off the MLS. So today, while I was in the office this morning, I was able to work on trying to get some more properties in the portfolio. So my office is kind of a mess, but still we can park there even on overcast, nasty day, and start working on finding properties. So we'll look where we're at target market. When we get to that target market, we'll search through properties that sellers may be willing to accept lower offers on. Obviously, anything that can't be financed is going to be pretty much our base hits. So there's a huge price break whenever you're talking about cash-only purchases, things that don't have financeable roofs, foundations, electrical, plumbing, major issues that keep the property uninhabitable and unfinanceable. So those are the ones that we can zero in on. There's going to be a huge price break whenever you're limited to only cash buyers. A lot of these sellers are going to be upset because they've gotten offers before that have fallen out. And so now, especially if their house has been on the market for 180, 200 and some days, you can assume at that point they've probably had some offers that had financing contingencies, inspection contingencies, and those deals fell through because obviously the inspection is going to be terrible on those properties, and no one's going to be able to get financed on those houses. So the sellers at that point understand that if they want a deal to actually close, they're limited to cash offers, and they may be a little bit more interested in a price break. So that's your sellers. But then your agents. Agents are working on a commission. So if these things have been listed on the MLS, if they're only going to get $100, $200 commission, a couple $100 commission, there's no way that you can reasonably expect that agent's going to do any work for you. But on the flip side, if the agent knows that it's an as-is, no contingency offer that's going to close, that's something that they know that they're not spinning their wheels doing paperwork on a deal that's going to fall out on a financing or an inspection contingency. So think about your agent when you're submitting these offers too, because they're not going to get any money for this deal. So make it worth their while. And the way I do that is I just go ahead and fill out the purchase and sale agreement for them and email it to them. So this one's a Missouri example, but you can see you can just download the purchase and sale agreement and get it all filled out for them. Put all your buyer information in. Go ahead and as you go through the purchase and sale agreement, go ahead and put your low as is cash offer in there and make it a best and final offer. And you'll also need to fill out the title information. So when you're talking about a title company, think about this from the agent's perspective. Make it something that's right next to their office. If you know what title company that agent likes to close at, go ahead and put that title company's information in. If not, I just used Google and found a reputable title company that was very close to the agent's office, that had listed the property that I was making an offer on. So that way it's probably the company that agent uses, I would guess, if it's right by their office. If not, at least it's not a huge inconvenience for the agent. Another thing, just go ahead and submit these offers directly to the listing agent, because if, like we already talked about, that commission is going to be super low. So at least make it worth the agent's time so they can at least get the seller and the buyer side of the commission on that deal, since it's not going to be worth splitting. So go ahead and put the listing agent in the agent's information. Go ahead and let the listing agent also be your agent, because like we talked about, this is going to be a pretty low commission, and so at least give them both sides of the transaction. I feel like that's helpful as well. And then on the expiration, make sure you set a expiration in the near future for your offer. So on these, I'm going to put them so they expire the next day. So that way I can just fire out a bunch of as-is cash offers. I can fire out a few today. If none of those get accepted, then I can immediately, tomorrow, go ahead and fire out some more offers. And I know that I'm not overcommitting myself if, something crazy happened and everybody accepted, 100% of the people accepted my offer. That way I'm not overcommitted to something that I may or may not be able to close on all of them at once. So just with this strategy, you got to be ready to be laughed at. So there's going to be realtors, agents, sellers that are going to get angry at you. They're going to laugh at you, but it works. I've closed 4 deals this way on days like this that are just rainy days, that I've sat down and sent out a bunch of offers. Same day I've gotten people that have accepted it. I haven't done this a lot. I've done this probably 5 or 6 times over the last 7 years, and every time I've spent a couple days doing this, I've had someone accept, $5,000 to $7,000 offer on a home. So it's worth it. Just keep playing the numbers, going out, hitting all those listings, getting those offers out there, and some of them are going to hit. I hope this is helpful for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more adventures in buying cheap houses. So I did not intend for this to be that serendipitous, but I'm back from my run now. All this stuff when I was wearing the PJs, that's a good way to just work in the home office, send out offers on houses while you're sitting in your PJs. And then, so I did that all morning this morning, and then the stuff you saw in the car was while I was driving downtown to go for a run on the river, and I finished up my run on the river, went to go grab a beer, and while I was grabbing a beer, one of the realtors sent back not even a counter offer. I did get counter offers on a few of them that were above what I wanted to pay, but one of the realtors contacted me back and accepted my as-is offer while I was drinking a beer after going for a run. So there you go. Really, really works. Didn't anticipate that happening today, but it did. And so hard work pays off. Be diligent. Get out there. Get in front of as many people as possible. Get in front of as many eyeballs as possible. Get as many offers out there as possible. And good things come together. So there you go. That is how you get a house under $5,000 in one day. Right there, boys and girls.